have filmed with that fan on before now. And I couldn't use the footage because all you can hear is the bloody fan. And I don't really have time to keep filming this because the dog is out and there's certain things I need to do. And the main reason I came on to do this video wasn't even about any of the things that I'm talking about. So I found Coco Cosmetics by Chloe, the vanilla, what's it called? French vanilla highlighter. This is I've put them on like, I mean they're not going to stay this neat, but oh, am I going to get in this? I got this highlighter ages ago. I think it came in a beauty box and I was really reluctant to use it because it's by Illamasqua Cheap. It's in the shade Deity. It's kind of got, it's one of those that's got like a bit of, is it blue? But I want to start use that because it's quite a fine one. Whereas the Coco Cosmetics one's quite chunky and it's harder to blend out. But you can, I don't know if that's French vanilla or she did, because it doesn't have the shade on it. That's one of the things about these that I didn't like. Because she did a bronzy one and a gold one. This might not be French vanilla, but I can put that on my eyelids. I also found that, I mean, I know all these are in here. Zoeva Screen Queen highlighters. I mean, you can see I've absolutely gone on the pink. But I need to get used to these. Grays Slay the Day. I bought this and it's not the best. I mean, I'll whack it out at Christmas, but I tried it a couple of times and I didn't love it. But I always support Grays, one of my favourite small businesses. This is my newest palette. This is what I was wearing when I went to see the Hollywood Vampires. This came in a beauty box and it was one of the deciding factors because I've always wanted to try it, Natasha Denona. I used it the day before I went to see the Hollywood Vampires because I wanted to see how it blended. I didn't obviously do that intense look that I did for the Hollywood Vampires because I was like, I don't want to just use it for the first time because if it doesn't work how I want, I'm not going to be happy and I might not have time to change my makeup. I then found this. I've had this for years. It's Revolution in conjunction with Patricia Bright. Who remembers Patricia Bright? Like, I still follow her, but I don't watch her videos. She doesn't post as much, but she did 3 or 4 different shade ranges for this to suit all skin tones. And I got the lightest because obviously I'm pale. And this is the Moonlight Glow palette. And it's basically got a highlighter, a blush and a bronzer. I mean, you'll be able to see in a minute what I've used the most. I've like really hammered the highlighter. And I was like, I forgot about this. Like, I've barely touched the blush because it's an orangey coral shade and I don't really do that shade. But recently I have been experimenting with different colours. So I've basically, and it's got a massive mirror in. And I was like, I need to use that. She did other stuff. I think she did a couple of eyeshadow palettes. But this was really good. So I've put the ones at the top that I want to use the most. So the ones that I've shown you minus this, because I'm not going to use this yet, are the ones that I want to like dig into the most. Like, I dug this out a couple of weeks ago. I picked this up ages ago. Like, it's over a year old. And I like it because it's got a lot of the shades in that I would wear. Like very neutral stuff. And a few weeks ago I was like digging into this and like using different colours. Like there's brownie nude colours and like reddy nudes and stuff. I mean, you can work out what my favourite shade is. But like, it's colours that I don't have in other palettes. Like, I have some of these, but that's why I've kept it. It's by Revolution. Like, I'm not the biggest Revolution fan because they rip off small businesses. But I've had this a couple of years, so I'm just keeping it because it's got some good shades in. This is another one that I haven't used as much as I thought I would. I was using it like maybe a month ago. Like, I was using it like a couple of times a week. But they're all very ready based, and it's harder to work with. There's some like brown ones, like the first 4 are like nude brown shades. Then there's like a luster kind of ready toned brown. Then there's like a really deep red tone brown. So they are warm tones. But this is going to be like my go-to autumn thing because it's like, do you know what I mean? First ever Charlotte Tilbury palette. It's the Instant Eye palette. She's done a few variations of this, but this one literally sold out so quick and she never did it again. And everyone wanted this, but she brought out different versions. So there's like 4 different looks in here. There's day eye, desk eye, date eye, and disco eye. Disco eye is the one that I've barely touched, as you can see. But I still go in this one. On day eye, the matte one, the darkest one, is the one I've been going in the most. But I want to like use it up a lot more because the formulation of the eyeshadows is 10 out of 10. If you're not into makeup, you might not even want to watch this video. This is the one, I mean, it's got a label stuck on it, but this is the palette I'm talking about. The Instant Look in a palette, Stoned Rose Beauty. So there's 3 eyeshadows, 1 bronzer, 1 highlighter, 2 cheeks. I mean, you can see what I've done. So I've hit pan massively on the highlight. I mean, look at that. And that eyeshadow at the top, obviously my favourite one. Now you can see the lighter shade there. That's going to hit pan next. The lighter of the blushes, I've used a lot more than the darker one. But I need to hit pan on 2 more. And I don't mean just hit pan, I mean really hit pan on them. I think that light eyeshadow is going to go next, but I've not even been using that, so I need to start digging into that. And probably the lighter of the 2 blushes. But I really need to like go for it on the bronzer. You can see like I've done some damage on it. By damage I mean use it. I don't mean like I've literally damaged it. Then, when greys used to be called Grey's Lashes, I mean this just says greys on it, so I barely use this, but the formulation is amazing. I've used this a couple of times a few weeks ago because I was doing pinks. But this is a really good palette. And then I've got a big palette in here. I'm not going to get it out, but it's the Wicked palette by Unicorn Cosmetics. Again, I was using that a month or so ago. But that's not the easiest eyeshadow palette to use because it's not my typical type of shades. And some of the shades, they look one colour and you put it on and it's like a totally different colour. So yeah, I did dig out all these. There's no other palettes in there, but I do have some other palettes. I don't have loads. Every now and then I will have a bit of a cull and like get rid of stuff. But all these ones that I've kept, I want to use. I've obviously not kept them for the fun of it. And I have tied the drawer. I mean, it's probably not going to stay tidy. But I do want to replace that Charlotte Tilbury one. I'm not in a hurry because obviously I do have other eyeshadows. I think it's more the fact that I want the highlighter. I'm just going to have to get a new highlighter, but I am going to use this up. I mean, you know, colours are... some of the colours are really difficult to use. And I don't know if this is French vanilla. I can't tell. I need to find the other 2 because she did... Is it coffee truffle and salted caramel? I need to find them to make sure this is vanilla, French vanilla, before I start using it on my face. Because I don't want to put it on if it's too dark. I mean, if I've got a tan on, I will get away with it. But yeah, this is another one, the Bella Sophia palette. As you can see, I always hit, like, the lighter shade the hardest. I don't know if you can see because the lighting's not great. But I really like that palette as well. I mean, I really like this one, but I'm not going to use that as much because it's a small palette. It's the other one I've got by that brand. And then I got that for Christmas. Yeah, like my drawers over here. Like the top drawer, it's always open, but I've managed to shut it. It's got lip liners in. It's got my new night cream in, eyelash serum, lipsticks. Like I throw stuff in and I can never find anything. I mean, it's relatively tidy. Next drawer, it's my sheet mask drawer. Don't know if you can see that because I can't see what you're looking at. But I keep meaning to film the contents of this drawer for a video so I can start using it. And I never do, and then I've got stuff in here that's like, you know. But I'd say it's 90% sheet masks in that drawer. Then we have this drawer that's always open, but it's shut. And this has got, when I'm doing my makeup, I do my face makeup in the bathroom. My foundations and stuff are in the bathroom. But in here, I've got like greys in Pretty in Pink. Is it Pretty in Pink? Yeah. I've been using this forever and I've still not hit pan, like, and I use it all the time. Here's my bronze bish. This is in the shade Cyprian Tan. Again, I've used this loads, not even hit pan on it. I've got my setting powders, Laura Mercier. I've got two in here. One's about to run out and one's getting lower. I've got the brushes that I use. So this is a brush. This is a liquid brush. That needs washing badly. This is what I use to put my greys one on because it's like a powder foundation. This is my normal brush, but it's clean. This is one of my powder brushes. I've got Hourglass setting powder. I mean, that's quite low, but that gives me a glow. I've got Bird Brows, which I don't really use. I've got Huda Beauty powder that I don't really use, but I want to get into using. So in the drawer yesterday, I found my Fenty Beauty. What is this called? Matchstick in Tripping. Now I found this a really hard shade to use, and also I found if you put it directly onto your makeup, do you know, if you rub it onto your face, it was taking my makeup off. So yesterday I was playing with it and I realised that if I rub my finger on it and then put it onto my face, or rub, like, put a brush on it, I can use it, but I still feel like it's too dark to use as a highlighter on my face. But I put it on my eyes yesterday. I didn't have makeup on, I was just putting that on my eyes. I have my Hoola. Again, I've used this loads and it's just barely used in it. But this is a really good one to get. I wouldn't get it again because I don't know. There is a reason why, but I'm not like gonna comment. Do you know what? I just found this. Now I opened this and I was reluctant to open this. I'd had it a while. Where's the lid? I don't know. Because it's Kevin Aquan and it's super expensive, and I got it in a beauty box, like an expensive beauty box, not a cheap one. And it's Glass Glow Face Illuminator, and it's crystal clear, but I've reused it once, and it's got a blue tone to it. Can you see? I've just put some on my hand. I'm glad I've seen that. I'm gonna put that near the brushes. There's some lashes in here. There's some other bits and pieces in here, but nothing, not to do with makeup. This is like a glowy blush by Corals Cosmetics. I used to use this all the time actually, and I found it again like a month or so ago, but I don't reach for it because I either use the greys one or the Meggy Lashes one in Baby Lotus. Again, use this loads, and you can still see, I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to see, the ML is still embossed on it. You can just about make it out. But yesterday when I was in the makeup drawer, you know, where I put loads of bits of makeup and skincare, I found this. Now this I know came in an ASOS beauty box, never used it, but I was watching something yesterday where someone bought loads of drugstore products they'd never tried before, and they picked this up, and I thought, oh, good luck with this. By the way, this is medium. I've had one of these before years ago, but I can't remember what I thought of it, and it was when I never wore bronzer, but I used it during the summer. It says ultrafine multi-tonal bronzing powder for soft shimmer effects and a glamorous, healthy look and glow. Apply all over face for sun-kissed look, or use single shades to contour and highlight face features. Now the main reason I avoid it is because it looks like it's got glitter in it, but it looks very fine. Anyway, this person used it and it looked amazing, and I knew I had it, so when I was looking through the drawer yesterday, this was one of the main reasons I went in the drawer, because I'm going to test that out this week. I mean, if I end up looking like a glitter ball, that'd be why. I'm going to put these videos into two, I think. Now, there's two drawers. There's the one that I went on about, which is the one that you're now on, and then that's an open drawer. So in here, there's lashes. The lashes have been recently put in here. These are Claudia Kilsbury. There's a Meggy Lashes one, like an old Meggy Lashes one. Cocoa Cosmetics highlighter in French Vanilla. Now I know I do have two French Vanillas, and I had the original one. They used to come in a blue box. She stopped doing these because she fell out with the manufacturer. Where's the one? So this is the one I've just opened. I think the one that I thought was French Vanilla is not French Vanilla. Oh, it's hard to tell. I don't know. They look very similar, but the one that I've got open looks slightly darker, so it might not be French vanilla. I'll put that back in the correct box. So yeah, I found some bits in here. Like I said, I have been digging in this on and off for the last little while because I keep going in. Like I got Vita Liberato Body Blur. I think I've got a couple of them of various sizes. Like I've got a small one here. Same colour though. This went in there recently. This is the AHA Smart Renewal Body Serum by Ren. There's like upper arm cream. I mean, that came in an MS one. There's lip products. Oh, this is gorgeous. I've used this on and off for years. I've not had it for a while actually. It's the Nux multi-purpose dry oil face, body and hair. This one's got a bit of shimmer for it on it. Perfect when you've got a tan. There's also the original one. These are gorgeous. A Revolution thing. That would have come in a beauty box. A lot of this is from beauty boxes like this. This is the L'Occitane shampoo. There is some nail polishes because I bought some. I mean, look. This is like, I got a set from Barry M. Barry M and Essie are the best ones. And Barry M is the same quality as Essie. So I got the pastel box. So there's a yellow, there's an orange, there's this gorgeous blue. There's green, there's lilac, and there's a pink. My all-time favourite Essie. I bought this last year because there's reasons why I don't wear nail polish, but I've worn it a few times recently and I'm trying to get back into it, but we'll see how I go. Bahama Mama is my all-time favourite one. If you ever watched me from years ago and I always had like this kind of shade on, it was Bahama Mama. The ones that I got in beauty boxes, there's this Nails Ink one that needs shaking up, but Nails Ink is rubbish, so that's why I've not used it. There's a Loose Pigment by Sleep. There's also, there's loads of stuff in here. There's a Vita Liberato Fabulous Gradual Tanning Lotion. I might start using that. There's a shower steamer. There's Alpha H moisturizer. I used to use this all the time. I've had about 3 or 4 in a row, and when the last one finished, I was like, I'm not going to keep using it. I've used it for like 2 years, like every time I wash my hair. I'm gonna have a break from it, but I know I've got a full one to go back to. There's a Doll Beauty palette, there's makeup brushes, there's all sorts. So I have been finding bits and pieces. And then the makeup drawer, which I've been showing lashes in. Like, I don't know where to put my lashes in, but it used to be really neat and tidy in here. But this is like got what used to have like some of my favourite products in, but I've been using them. Do you know when you put favourite things to the side and you think, oh, I might use them one day, and then you put them to one side and you can't find them? Lashes and stuff, CC creams. This is where I found the Fenty Beauty one. Do you know what, the matchstick thing I showed you? Glaze lashes, Doll Beauty. Ooh. Let's get a couple of things out. I mean, I've got stuff I really need to get on with. So 5 more minutes maximum, but the video will be split into 2. So I've never bought anything from Doll Beauty. And then last year at some point, I bought a mystery bag. I got lashes, which I've never used. I've got this highlighter bronzer thing that I've used, but I don't know where it is. But I don't think it's like my favourite. And then there's a blush which I'm trying to open, but so there was a lip gloss that's like crystal clear, but it's like glitter. Don't know where that is. So the blush is in the shade Costa del Doll. Is that the shade? I think it is. Again, I've used it, but I don't know what I think of it, so I'm going to put that with my blushes, because like I said, I use either Grays or Peggy Lashes. I've just seen this by the Beauty Crop. Oh, I think it's a brush duo, is it? Orient Glow Brush Duo. Stargazing Duo. I've obviously used it. I mean, you can see I've used the pink, but I've not used the brown. So that's going to go into circulation. I spotted this. I love the packaging. The Splash Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. Now, I have used this. I've used the white shade, the nude shade. I've used all the top row. Heavily used the 2 first the first two, and I've used the shade Amber, but this is going to go with all my eyeshadows now. For some reason I've not been using it, so that's there now. Oh, I've got some in my eye. Melanie blush. Again, this is going to go in with my blush pile. This is in the shade Coral Cove. I've used it. This is the sort of thing you don't want to use because it looks pretty, but I've definitely used that. So that's going to go into my use pile. So I love Melanie Cosmetics because there's two blushes that they do that I really like. There's Dolce Pink, which is this. This is very glittery. What's the other one called? Can't remember what it's called, but I've got it somewhere and I need to find it. But this is like a very shimmer, like. But these are now going to go into, so I've now got 4 blushes that are going into use. One's a duo blush by the Beauty Crop. I didn't know they did this. I love the packaging. I know I got this in and the eyeshadow palette. They became in glossy boxes, and I've not had a glossy box for a long time. But I'm going to be spoilt for choice now because I've got this one by the Doll Beauty, which I can't get back in. I had to do it with a tweezer. I'm not going to ruin my nails. But yeah, I've obviously used it and shoved it in the drawer. I've got this, which is a corally pink. It's more pink than coral, but it's definitely coral pink. I've got my Melanie one. I think it's going to be this or this tomorrow. But yeah. Anyway, the main reason for me doing the video, let's do a part 3.